Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's Saturday, so it's time for a new upload. I hope you're doing well. And today I'm going to be taking you through my pickups from the last 2 weeks, so let's get into it. So my first pickup was, if I can just get it, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Be prepared. Ted 1 on Steelbook, and to add to that, saw in Poundland Ted 2, so I thought I might as well pick that one up as well, since it was only like £2, so yeah, why not have both on Blu-ray? I don't really know why I picked this one up, to be honest. I think I just fancied buying a Steelbook and it was cheap. And yeah, I don't even know why Ted was in my head. I think my mum bought me the Ted bobblehead for Christmas, just randomly, and it got me thinking that I don't own the films on Blu-ray, so thought I might as well pick them up, and since the Steelbook's cheap, yeah, I'll pick it up. It's quite nice, it's in perfect condition. It has the J card, oh, wrong side, it has the J card, and then if we take the J card off, this is quite hard to do one-handed, because again, I'm holding the mic in this hand, oh no, I put my hands all over it as well, but oh well. So this is the front, oh, we'll get there in a minute. That's the front, hopefully you can see that. And then on the back is just plain, and then inside, this is going to be very difficult to do one-handed. Oh, I got it. Take the non-working digital code out. Sorry if you heard that really annoying scratchy noise there. You have the picture of Ted and Mark Wahlberg just sat on the sofa chilling. It's behind the disc. I'm not going to take the disc out because that was already difficult enough just opening the case. But yeah, so that's Ted and Ted 2. Just put those over to the side. The next two I picked up in the Arrow sale. Couldn't resist these two titles, two of my favourite films, and I can't quite believe I didn't already have them in the collection. But my next two are, if I could just pick them up properly, Heathers and Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, two absolute 80s classics, and if you haven't seen them, what are you doing? Go watch them now instead of watching this video. Because you really need to watch these films. Elvira, kind of like horror comedy. Cassandra Peterson's amazing in this, and I highly recommend you check this out if you haven't. Nice Arrow edition. It doesn't come in the book because it's not the first edition. It's I guess second edition, is that the right word? But yeah, same with Heathers, not the first edition. But again, great 80s high school kind of drama, comedy, almost satire really on life at the time. But yeah, that's that one. And those were like two on the, I want to say 2.16, but they were 16, but they were down to £8 each. So yeah, both of those for that price. Yeah, I think that's a good deal. Just to get those in the collection. And then my next two are two obscure titles, but titles that this channel is really going to become about, really, because they are obscure kind of British comedies, and that is Nighty Night and the Armando Iannucci Show, which you can just see here. So that's Nighty Night. I think that might be the wrong way around. Yes, it was. I don't know which way is right. I'm looking in the viewfinder, I can't see anything. But yeah, Nighty Night, probably the best I don't want to say the best comedy, but like the best kind of the obscure comedies for me. Really great show. I talked about it quite a lot in my last video, and I really do highly recommend watching this if you haven't. If you like British comedy in general, really, you'll probably like this, and it's amazing. I mean, Julia Davis, you can't go wrong. And then my second pickup was the Armando Iannucci Shows, which is a satire based on Armando's own life. I've recently been doing some research into this actually for a uni project I'm doing, and it's a great sketch show. Again, a bit weird, a bit different, a bit quirky. Apparently it took quite a lot of time to film because they would think of sketches, film stuff, not like it, go back and do other stuff, and then obviously things get cut out over time. But yeah, I highly recommend picking this one up. I think this came out in 2001, but the DVD wasn't released until 2005 due to some issues with the copyright for the music. yeah, but nevertheless, it's now available. You can pick it up super cheap. I think both of these were like £3 together, and I highly recommend checking those out if kind of weird and quirky comedy is your sort of thing. We're getting there. Stay with me. Now my next pickups have an interesting story behind them. So I picked up The Breakfast Club 16 Candles and Weird Science in this kind of nice box. Now I was gonna get the Blu-ray, the 5-disc Blu-ray from YHD of the John Hughes collection, but I think I just spoke about it in my last video that I had some issues with YHD where they took the money but the order didn't go through, and it took them ages for them to get back to me with customer service and refund me, which they have now done so, thankfully, but I don't want to pay the £50 HMV are asking for the Blu-ray set. So I just found this one for £1.50, and I might pick the others up at some point. But yeah, obviously you really want them on Blu-ray, so I might just wait. But for £1.50, it's a nice little box. Actually, if I just open it up, again, I'm doing this one-handed, so apologies. Kind of difficult, but for some reason this actually came with a free copy of Maybe Baby, which actually looks quite good, with kind of like an auteur rom-com with Hugh Laurie. I don't know why it just came free in there, but I'm actually quite interested in watching that. But so for free, I mean, I'll take it. Yeah. And then actually I'll show you this because it's quite a nice box set. So when you open it up, on the back it has The Breakfast Club, the poster. Then inside it has the 16 Candles poster. Try and get that in shot. And then once you open it, unfold out again, you get the Weird Science poster. It's difficult. There we go. There's the Weird Science poster. And then you open it up, and then you just get your 3 discs. Pretty standard inside. That didn't go well at all, did it? Great. Right, just open that up, and then yeah, you get your 3 discs in there. And a nice fold out, but yeah, I thought it was a nice little box set for £1.50. Even on DVD at that price, I'm fine with that. It's that 50p a film, so can't really go wrong. Now I've got stuff everywhere, great. Bear with me. That's my next one. And then my next pickup was Dazed and Confused on Blu-ray. I wanted to watch this one because it's one of my last McConaughey films I needed to watch, and probably is probably most, I wouldn't say most well known, but the title that kind of made him get recognised, particularly in the industry. From his book, he talks about what an experience it was. He actually got the role just by being in a bar, and Richard, is it Linklater? I hope I'm saying that right. The director of this film was just in the bar drinking, and McConaughey was actually working there. Yeah, that's right, he was working there. And afterwards, after a shift, he just went for a few drinks and ended up trying out for the role and getting it. And apparently the role was only supposed to be 1 scene, but because he was so good in the role, they just let him be in most of the film. To be honest, he's in like the entire second half of this film, and it's quite an interesting one. I actually watched this the other night. It's basically, it's a kind of 80s kind of coming of age movie, just about these kids and kind of what they get up to. There's no real kind of ABC plot to it. It's more of a film where you're supposed to kind of relate to your childhood and think, oh yeah, I did that as a kid, oh yeah, that sort of thing. But one thing I will say about this film is it's quite hard to find at most places. It goes for like £10, which obviously is not a lot, but it's getting rarer to find, so I'm happy to have that one in the collection. And also the soundtrack on this is probably one of the best, if not the best soundtracks I've ever heard on a movie, to be honest. I know that again, the director, Richard Linklater, or whatever, I'm saying it wrong, actually spent most of the budget on this soundtrack because he specifically wanted a certain songs, and of the time would have been, well, massively sort of like, I want to say well known, I'll go with well known, massively well known tracks, so they would have been expensive by the copyright things too. But yeah, it's an interesting film. Not a favourite of mine, but definitely one that's worth watching, and I recommend at least a one-time watch. And for you might not like it, and for some people you might really like it. It's a very hit-or-miss film depending on what you like, what your personal preferences are. My next pick up in the same vein is one that I don't actually know much about, and that is Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Picked this up from CEX the other day for £4, and I thought for £4 I'll give it a go. I'm on a bit of a 80s kind of coming of age find at the moment. Hunt, sorry, what isn't it? And so yeah, I thought I'd pick this one up. Again, I don't know much about it. It's got Sean Penn in it. I know there's a few other big names in this. I believe Jennifer Jason Leigh. I don't really know any of the other names on the back, but I know there are a few well-known people in this. And it just looks like a good time. I think it's going to be in the same sort of lines of Dazed and Confused, where it doesn't have any real plot. It's just kind of you relate to it and you kind of enjoy the characters, and you just enjoy spending time with those people and kind of remembering what it was like when you were that age, kind of thing. But yeah, I'll give it a go and I'll tell you what I think afterwards. We're still not quite done. I'll go with my kind of miscellaneous next, ones that don't really fit into a category. So the first one is Stranger Than Fiction. I actually got this film, recommended to me because I actually make it comedy at the moment over on my other channel, Irish Studios. Please go and check that out. That's where I'll be posting like videography work, like my professional kind of stuff. So if you're like interested in that sort of stuff, go over there and give me a subscribe. Thank you very much in advance. That'd be a big help. But yeah, Stranger Than Fiction. It's a film about a guy. Will Ferrell plays a guy who his life is being controlled by this woman who's basically writing his life, and he has to go and try and find this woman because she's planning to kill him off. So should be interesting. Not a huge Will Ferrell fan, but I like the premise of this film. It sounds interesting, and again I'll probably tell you what I think afterwards, because I'm quite interested to see what I think of this film. My next one is one that doesn't have a UK Blu-ray. In fact, I don't think it has a Blu-ray at all internationally, and that is Broken Flowers with Bill Murray. I recently watched Lost in Translation thanks to Kermit's video, where he said he really enjoyed it. I went and watched that, really enjoyed it, and I feel like watching some more Bill Murray films. I'm not a huge Ghostbusters fan, which I feel is where people kind of got a love for Bill Murray, but he was great in Lost in Translation and made me want more. And this film has an insane cast. I mean, Jeffrey Wright, Sharon Stone, Francis Conroy, Jessica Lange, Tilda Swinton, Julie Delpy. What can you say? I mean, it just can't be bad with that cast, can it? As a comedy, I don't really know what it's about at all, to be honest, but I'll give it a go for £1, and again, doesn't have a UK Blu-ray, so it had to be the DVD. And then my next pickup is Angels in America, a old HBO series about the AIDS pandemic in America, and I believe it's about how the relationships people are affected by it. Looks really good. I mean, it's got Al Pacino, Meryl Streep, Emma Thompson. You can't really go wrong. Again, it was only £1. I thought I'd give that a go because I've not really heard of it, but it sounds like something that I would be kind of into. It's kind of like it's done in the fantasy sort of way rather than kind of a documentary style. And I thought, yeah, I'll give it a go. And it actually comes in this quite nice fold out box rather than case. And you got the 2 discs in there. So yeah, I'll give that one a go and yeah, see what I think. And then my last pickups, I'm actually going to have to do a cut because I've not got them in reach, so I'll be back in a sec. I'm sorry, but I will get through it as quickly as I can. We've only got 3 left. Bear with me, and thank you for staying with me if you are still there, which I hope you are. So my next pickup was The Professor with Johnny Depp. It's basically about a professor who is a university professor in America that's aging, and I believe he has like terminal illness. Yeah, he has less than 6 months left to live, and he basically is going to party his life away, and he's just going to do all the things he's wanted to do. His relationship's coming to an end. Everything's kind of going wrong for him, and he's just gonna live his life. And I love that Johnny Depp just being free and doing a role which I think feel like he was suited for. It's on Amazon if you want to check it out. It was really good. So I decided to pick up the physical release. Again, no UK Blu-ray. There is a US Blu-ray, but wasn't going to pay £15 for it. But yeah, I picked this up off eBay for like £3, so why not? The case actually came, I will say the case actually came broken, but they were very good and sent me out a replacement case, which came in no time, so shout out to them for that, because that was great. So that's The Professor. My voice is even going now. Excuse me. Last two pickups, let's get through this. So my next one, second to last, penultimate one, is the Keeping Up Appearances box set. I'm sure I hope, well, at least hope you know by now that I'm a huge classic comedy fan, particularly British comedy, and Keeping Up Appearances is a great 90s show. Yeah, that's right, it's a 90s show. I myself actually thought it was an 80s show, but no, it's a 90s show, and it's just fantastic. I mean, it's 40 episodes, it was like £10. Honestly, you can't go wrong. It's about this woman, Hyacinth Bouquet, or Bucket, as it's probably be pronounced, who basically tries to live like an upper class person. And I think that's why I love this film, because she's not very upper class, she doesn't have an upper class family, but she acts like it, and I know people like that, and I hate people like that, and it just, the comedy that comes from it is just perfect. Great family entertainment, and I highly recommend, if you haven't checked this out, watch some clips on YouTube, see what you think, but I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Patricia Routledge is amazing in this, and so is Clive Swift, who sadly passed away a few years ago. Rest in peace. They're both amazing in this, and I highly recommend picking this up if you don't already have this in your collection. I don't know which way around's right, so I'm sorry if I'm completely the wrong way around, but yeah. And then finally, the last couple of weeks is The Royal Family, written by Craig Cash, who I actually know from Early Doors. I feel like most people would have watched this, then gone to watch Early Doors, but I, for some reason, have watched Early Doors first, and I know he wrote, and he's in this, he's on the cover, it's like the guy in the red shirt there. And it's along the similar lines. See, messing up my words now, I've been talking for too long. But along the same sort of lines as Early Doors, so kind of like about kind of a working class family and their daily goings on. It's got 3 seasons, I believe, 3 seasons, 20 episodes, and several specials, all in the spot. And again, you can't really go wrong. It's hard to find this for any less than that, certainly. Usually goes for around 15, but for the complete box set, I'll take that. I will also note, though, that this case came broken. It doesn't actually shut properly, but I got in touch with Pi, and they gave me a slight refund. They gave me £2 or £3 back. I think it was 3. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I can always buy a new case if I choose to sell it on any time. Yeah, anyway, that's my last pickup. We got there. Thank you for staying with me. I know this is a long video, but I hope you've enjoyed it, at least some amount. If you have, please leave a like. I really appreciate everyone who likes these videos. I actually lost a subscriber last time, and it did knock my confidence a bit. It probably was just a bot or someone, so I really shouldn't worry about it too much. But yeah, I'll try and keep uploading every Saturday. There might even be a midweek one this week. Who knows? We'll see. But thanks for watching, and I will see you again in the next video.